Hi, I'm Bybreen and welcome back to another episode of Soul Stirring Astrology, where I give you my textured take on the world of astrology. Well, I have to say sorry because I haven't been around for the last couple of weeks, and the reason being is because last week I tipped a whole glass of red wine all over my laptop. So my laptop died, I've had to have it resurrected, but here we are, back in the land of the living. And the sun has moved into Pisces, which means that it has travelled through the other 11 houses or 11 signs of the zodiac. So it's a coming home whenever whenever the sun returns to Pisces. It's where you come back home to yourself. Now, this sun in Pisces is surrounded by so many other planets in water. So it's joined by Mercury, Venus, Neptune and Chiron, all in Pisces, as well as Jupiter is in Scorpio. So there are 6 planets in water signs, and so there's this depth of feelings and emotions and compassion and sensitivity. There's also an absence of air, which means the ability to rationalize things and be logical and take a logical sequencing to things is absent. So, Mercury, which rules Gemini as well as Virgo, would be responsible for the rational analytical side of things. And then we could look to Saturn being the ancient ruler of Aquarius, which is an air sign. So they're missing. And so therefore, this journey through Pisces, the month of Pisces, is really calling on you to rely and pull into your inner world. So this rationalization that would ordinarily take place with this combination of, Mercury being in its strong houses as well as Saturn, they're absent. And Mercury is here in Pisces, so it's in its fall, it's in its detriment. So what you're now relying on are these sensitivities. It's about your ability to tune into the inner world. And the reason being is it's an opportunity now for the next month, but obviously through your life, where you continue this journey of evolution and rising in consciousness, because Pisces is a representation of consciousness. Pisces is taking you along this journey where you're invited to pay attention. It's where you're observing yourself, observing your mind, observing what surfaces. And so there's this letting go to a certain extent to the external world and the objective realities, and tuning into the images, the dreams, the visions that are evoked within your imagination. And it's within your imagination that there are the seeds for you to really plant and water. There's so much water here in Pisces. But really allowing those seeds of your imagination to flourish. It's a highly creative time with so many planets surrounding the sun in Pisces. You know, you've got the classic signature of artistry, creativity, because you've got Mercury, communication, sharing that with the world, but first sharing that with yourself. You've got Venus, and Venus is conjunct in Neptune, another classic signature. They're all pointing towards how can you unleash your creativity in a way that could really be quite transformative, because Pisces is about evolution, it is about transformation, and it's about transcendence. A, of the mundanities of life, and B, of your ability to detach yourself to a certain extent from the outside world. And you're sort of balancing that with this subjective journey that you need to take to bring about harmony and inner peace, but at the same time balancing that with not escaping from the world. Because if you go down the road of escaping, that means that you're not honouring this creativity. There is something that is waiting to be born from your imagination. You know, allow that rap, that lyric, that sonnet, that painting, that sculpture, that play, that film, that piece of photography. Allow them all to emerge. You know, Are you sitting on, or are you birthing in the next Hamilton, the next Black Panther? If you haven't seen that film, you need to go and see that film. What is it that you're birthing? There's something that's waiting to emerge. Don't suffocate it. Don't be frightened of what presents itself, because the more that you dive into the mysteries of life, and that's what Pisces represents. It's been round the 12 or the 11 signs of the zodiac and has come back home to the 12th. So it has a sense of, we've got this superficial understanding of life, and then we've got the depth, what lies beneath. And it's in what lies beneath where you really start to experience, flow with the mysteries of life, and you're trying to bring meaning, but not from an objective point of view. This is really about subjectivity. Owning your subjectivity. The more you do it, is the more that you're able to validate yourself, rise in consciousness, and not be controlled so much by the external world. And so what you're seeking is this inner journey, and there are many ways in which you can do this. It could be through yoga, it could be through qigong, it could be through meditation, it could be through any of the creative outlets that appeal to your sense of who you are. And what you're seeking to do is to realize all of these wonderful things that lie within your imagination and within your mind. Honor yourself in this way, and you will be sort of fast tracking your way into living with far more self-awareness, rising in consciousness. You know, we've all continued to travel on our journeys, and I just think of my own life. You know, I'm 54 years old and really enjoying my life, and then also understand and know and have experienced many dark nights of the souls, many baptisms of fire. And it's through going through the baptisms of fire and understanding, you know, what the dark night of the souls actually represents has enabled me to rise in consciousness. And that's not to say that I don't meet the world and it doesn't meet me, but actually the choices I now make are far different from when I was living less consciously. And that's what Pisces is inviting all of us to do, to take that journey within. Now, if you deny your evolutionary journey, you're doing yourself a disservice. And the reason being is because you'll become lazy, and then you'll step into this sense of escaping from the world, distancing yourself from the world, which positively is good if you're tapping into the inner strength that lies within. But if it's because you're fearing the world and therefore you need to escape from it, then you're going to be indulging the lower levels of life, i.e. you're going to be, you know, drinking excessively, drug taking, anything that you're obsessive about as a shield to the realities of life. And so therefore, if you continue to do this, you are denying yourself the opportunity for your evolutionary path to be realized. So that's it. That's what this wonderful journey of the Sun in Pisces in 2018 is inviting you to do, given that it's surrounded by the planet of communication, Mercury, Venus, beauty, and you've got Neptune, which is about the collective consciousness and how you're able to bring all of these together, fuse all of them together, flow, watch the ebb and flow of life. This signature is really about this heightened creativity, the call for evolution. But also, if we look at, or just isolate, Venus and Neptune, this really could be a spiritual love that you're calling into your life. It could be this idealistic love that's realized and you're allowing it to grow into reality, because Pisces wants you to take what's in the imagination and concretize it and turn it into reality, which means that you're living out Pisces in a positive way as opposed to escaping Pisces through drink, drugs and rock and roll and anything else that takes your fancy. So that's it, beautiful people. That's the Sun in Pisces. The road to evolution continues. And it brings me to a quote by Rosemary Breen. And she said, you know, what this allows you to do is that you have the ability to see multiple perspectives. And as a result of this, you are then honouring the stimuli and everything else that comes to you. And it's this honouring and the ability to see different perspectives that Pisces can give you. So you're not trapped in the minutiae, which would be Virgo, you know, every single detail. Pisces is a mutable sign, like Virgo is, but it's about allow yourself to be one. Allow this sense of integration to take place. And the question of the day is, what is the creative masterpiece that you're going to give birth to? So as always, beautiful people, put your comments, answers, questions, queries in the comment box below. I do love to receive your messages. I love connecting with you, and some of you, you know, we're building up our little conversations, and I love it. I really do enjoy it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I receive such beautiful messages from you all, either in the comments box or I get emails, which really heartens me. I love sharing astrology with you. It's my soul work. And it's also my reality as well. So thank you very much. Feel free to share any of the episodes, this episode, with people in your network who you feel could benefit because they're on their evolutionary journey, or you think there's something in there that may shine a light that helps them in any particular way. Share the knowledge. Let's continue to rise and grow together. So until then, beautiful people, I will see you again on the next episode. I hope I don't tip any more red wine over my laptop, so it will be sooner rather than later. Bye.